Got a 2011 Toyota Tacoma double cab TRD off-road. 112,000 miles on it. This car has never given me a problem. It's my second Tacoma. And then driving down the highway, I started to get some hesitation and then stalling through some lean codes. And that started a series of troubleshooting tips and techniques with myself and my mechanic. And I usually do all of the mods myself. I do everything myself to this car. I consider myself, I'm not a mechanic, but I do consider myself pretty handy. So I'll tell you my symptoms I had. I had hesitation at hard acceleration. I had trouble starting if the hesitation led to a stall. It got worse when I was driving the car for a long time. At low speeds and low demand, the car would run fine. I tell you the things that I did. We changed, we cleaned the mass airflow sensor. I actually replaced the mass airflow sensor, changed the air filter. We put in fuel injector cleaner. I put in heat, thinking maybe there was water in the tank. And because I was getting lean codes in both banks, I was thinking that that wasn't the issue and it was a fuel issue. And I started to look at YouTube and I started to look at the forums, and I found a guy, and I wish I could remember his name and the forum that it was on, but he was describing the exact same symptoms that I was having. He went to the dealership and they couldn't find the problem. And then he said what ended up fixing it was he had a clogged fuel strainer inside of his fuel pump. And everything he was describing is exactly what I have. So I got a new fuel pump. Goes inside of the tank. I've called my mechanic and I've got a good feeling. Now I still have this problem, and I've got my car started. I'm heading to the mechanic right now, and I am very confident that this is going to fix the problem. Because for whatever reason, at high demand, when the engine is requiring a lot of fuel, something is getting sucked up into that strainer and clogging it. And when there's no demand, there's enough getting around that clog that it just runs fine. Like my engine's idling normal. It's a cold day, but I'll demonstrate. I'm gonna get on the highway, I'm gonna floor it, and it's gonna bog down to where it almost stalls. So on my way to mechanic, I got a new fuel pump, and I'm gonna continue this video when it's all done, and I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna have a perfectly normal working truck when it's all done. So I'll demonstrate what happens under hard acceleration. There it is right there. It just bogs down. Almost stalls. Actually, it did stall. I'll start back up. Starts back up fine, but those are the symptoms. It will not go away. All right, so I'm back at my mechanic shop, and they've installed my new pump. I'm gonna start the engine right now. And they said, I took it for a test drive, and everything's working. So my diagnosis was correct, I think, because I'm now gonna verify it myself. Check engine lights are out. I don't have any warnings. And we are going to take it on this straightaway right here. And in the past, all I had to do was accelerate hard, engine would stall. So we're gonna see what happens. All right, doing about 10 miles an hour. I'm gonna floor it. Smooth, hard acceleration. There's 45 miles per hour. So we're good to go. That was the problem. So if you have the same symptoms and you get the same codes thrown, lean in both banks, you might want to check the fuel strainer / fuel pump in the Toyota Tacoma. So all's well now. All right, I came back from the mechanic and I asked them to save my original fuel pump so I could take it apart and see what clogged it. And unbelievable. Take a look at this calcified deposit. Unbelievable that this was clogging. I can't believe that the car was actually running. And it is on the front, it is on the back, and the bottom of it is just covered in that same debris. Wow. So that was definitely the problem. This is unbelievable. So I probably could have taken this pump apart, cleaned this off, and replaced it. But the whole unit was only $105 on Amazon. So there you have it, folks.